had a very good second half, Maggie. Also did play against Zimbabwe, or rather Lesotho, I beg your pardon, right here in South Africa, in Johannesburg to be exact, in a World Cup qualifier on the 7th of June. Zimbabwe lost out to Lesotho with a 2-0 scoreline. Remember, going into the Africa Cup of Nations, South Africa playing a friendly against Lesotho. Lesotho coming out and saying, look, don't take us lightly. And I think we're just another nation that you're playing that you won't show respect to, even in an international friendly. Now, then with the ball into the near post. Skill in keeping it alive. Lovely touches in keeping it alive. Corner. They're keeping the pressure on.
Didn't that touch remind you of Zwane, Temba Zwane's touches on the side of the foot? I love skill, especially when it's for purpose.
Yeah. Third corner coming up for the Zimbabweans. That's into that near post again. Keeping COMOROS honest.
That needs a left in swing. I'll tell you why, because he noticed. That is why he moved away from that. He noticed that it was too direct and not too comfortable in playing that cross.
Well, thrown it is actually.
Oh, so he went for a long thrower.
Yep. Still, they've got numbers in there. Couple, in fact, 3, hoping for the near post flick on. COMOROS do a job of getting it clear. So the pressure's still on here. Still got numbers back defensively and are able to try and clear their lines. They won't get much of a rest as Zim look to bring it right back. Chalai. Didn't quite get it right there in trying to find Muti Benyoa. The FC Platinum man on in the second half. So there's Tafenga. Now, COMOROS will be making another change here. Tarek will be coming on. And it's Bakri that makes way. Plays his club football for Etoile de Mirancy out in the COMOROS. The entire bench from this side in green playing the club football in COMOROS. The players that play outside of the country all started the game. 4 of them out of the squad. Second ball belonging to Zimbabwe, which has pretty much been the theme of this second half. Now, tough to drive forward here for Joja. Got a space on the near side, the new man Tarek. Early with the ball in. Way too close to BT then. Had to deal with it. There was a man coming in from the blind side, hoping he'd have the handling error.
The new man Tarek thought the keeper was off his line, but also he wanted to float it to the far post.
Kalai. Under 20 minutes remaining. It's far from being done and dusted just yet, this encounter. COMOROS, of course, in their World Cup qualifier had a beating of Chad with a 2-0 scoreline. Before that, they beat Madagascar 2-1. Also at the beating of Central African Republic and beat Cape Verde as well, losing to Ghana and top their group, which is the big surprise, I think. It's safe to say in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers thus far.
Talking of a big surprise, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw Comoros doing well in the AFCON.
Yeah, 3 wins, 1 draw out of their 4 matches in the World Cup qualifiers, ahead of Ghana, ahead of Madagascar, Mali, Central African Republic and Chad.
The whole new signs were there.
Well, they again struggle to keep it moving here and are able to do so here with a few touches inside the opposition half of the field of the nation of Comoros. Asani amongst those involved. For Zimbabwe, they bottom of the qualifying group behind Rwanda, South Africa, Benin, Lesotho and Nigeria. Don't think many would ever envisioned Lesotho being ahead of Nigeria, or Nigeria not having won a match in 4. Well, Zimbabwe struggling in the fashion they are, but Rwanda certainly making things interesting along with South Africa right at the top, and Benin as well. Still a lot of football to be played here. We're no closer to knowing who will be the qualifying nations from the first round. Now, Tanai pushing forward. Nice turn. Referee in a good spot to make that call, then allowing play to continue. Good pressure from Zimbabwe right from the front, then forcing the errors and getting the reward as the thrown inside the final third. Well, Alsani showing an injury to his hand to the referee to make a plea for a foul that wasn't called.
And the medico goes to the player that did not call for it.
Let's look back at the goal, Marfa. This is one we enjoyed thoroughly. Lovely work out on that left flank, but a lot to be done with the finish as well here.
The cross was very delightful and the finishing was exquisite. Just nicking in front of the defenders, not expecting the wee man. I mean, look at that. Diminutive man just sneaking in and making sure that he puts the ball in the back of the net. That's the pair.
Farai Banda getting the assist, but a smashing strike from Tapera. One of the goals of the tournament so far in those that we have witnessed. He's done well, Joja, in this match. He's even though they've struggled to get the forward movement or the forward pass, always look to force the issue and make things happen. As the captain, skillful, strong, good footwork here and protecting the ball as well. Karim. No. Played it into no man's land really between the 2 targets out on that far side. Here's a man that's also had a very good second half here, combined well with Banda on the left side to cause problems for this Comoros team. Time a factor now, and the 13 remaining on the clock. Comoros by no stretch of the imagination out of this. So Zamir it is. Shots is well wide of the mark. So Mecca will make way. He's run his race here today and certainly contributed to the cause for Zimbabwe. That was it. Will come on in his place. Getting the applause from the supporters out on that far side is Meke as he makes his way around the venue, exiting right in front of the Zimbabwean supporters who are showing him their love. Tonight doing well. Now that back pass will ask a lot of Azimata, and in the end he's used his hand to avoid the corner, and it's spotted by the officials here. Free kick it is to Zimbabwe, who's always in trouble, especially after that bounce. The pace of it and the placement of the pass gave him so much work to do to try and get his body behind it.
When you're under pressure like that, use your left foot, play it out, then put in your keep. Just keep it simple.
Even he himself could have just allowed it to hit his body guard for the corner. Better set piece to concede than the one they are now. Chance for Zim to grab goal number 2. Celso Alvacao, the Mozambican referee, has been spot on with his calls once again here this afternoon. Now, the block out for the corner, a little predictable.
Not a good set piece at all. Too tight, too obvious, and not productive.
Another corner it will be. Going into the last 10. Time running out for COMOROS here to try and rescue something out of this match here. Hands full in trying to deny Zimbabwe the 2-goal cushion for the time being.
When you're leading and the opposition just keeps knocking the ball out for corner and other things and fouls, you're comfortable.
Yep.
So Zimbabwe must be comfortable, and they're in the right half. When they're leading, they're in the right half.
Yep.
You don't want to be defending.
Chance now for COMOROS to try and switch the tide, get some forward movements. Halsane. Karim. Now, they are growing in volume. Out to that far side, the Zimbabwean supporters, they are having a proper party. It will go on into the night if things stay this way. Hoping they stay on and watch the match coming up next between Zambia and Kenya. Heavyweights in this group. Southern African heavyweights well and truly in this group. Yellow card here shown to Zamir. Plays his football with the Vulcan Club. Yeah, the backdrop of supporters loving this.
They're singing their lungs out and happy that their Zimbabwe is leading.
Not just that, happy at the chance to be able to get behind their countrymen, behind an enemy line, so to speak, within another country's borders, but also happy to have them return to the international stage and the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup. Nothing better than a winning return in the drought that's been the threat that is COMOROS here. Time remaining on the boards, under 7 minutes, including the time added on at the end of 90. Work far from done for Zimbabwe. So Forward come the COMOROS here. Important initial block then to deny Afani. Looking to stretch that defense with the ball out wide to the far side. Good work to keep it alive. Now they've got numbers over that halfway line, but still are wasteful with the ball. What's your thoughts here, Marks, before you make your way down to the field?
Yeah, it's just been a different second half. Zimbabwe dominant, winning everything. First on the ball, second on everything. Meaning just on moments where they even have to play across, they just get there. And what is very interesting is they got comfortable. They started attacking through the wings, in particular the left wing, and COMOROS couldn't give any answers. But if you ask me, will it end this way? Looks like Zimbabwe would not let go now.
And the 6 remaining. Yes, if you're wondering, that is Bota in the middle of your picture in the South African colors with the white hats. Said he'd taken a break from traveling around stadiums in the country in recent months after I had a chat with him yesterday, saying he is back now. This his pre-season, so to speak, in inverted commas, before he runs all over the country for the months to come in the upcoming season. So, man down here, and play held up for the struggling Karim on the edge of his own area. 1 of 2 to play the club football in France here. Awkward landing. Under 5 now for Zimbabwe to see out the win and pick up an important 3 points. Joja, strong, able to hold off the challenge from the defender. That's a good break here for COMOROS as they try and drive forward, but in the end, Zim are able to deal with the danger. BT drops onto it to eat away at a few precious seconds. Well, it is desperate times now for the COMOROS. Make no mistake about it, they did come out here to compete and will look to put up the fight right up until the very end of this match. Joining us late, better moments in the first half in the way of penetration. Second half very much has belonged to the Zimbabweans, and that's been the theme of the 2024 Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup so far. If you missed the Group A matches yesterday, where in the opener between Eswatini and Botswana, Eswatini with a lovely first half and dominant and a good 4 or 5 chances where they hit the frame of the goal, but in the end it ended with a draw. South Africa later on against Mozambique, South Africa dominated first half, hit the frame of the goal, lead by 1 at the end of the first half. And it's Mozambique that come out better at the start of the second half in level matches. It ends with a 1-1 scoreline. Likewise here, whilst the better moments belong to COMOROS in the first, it's certainly been a Zimbabwean second half. looking for a strong ending to the match now, COMOROS. Nice work in the middle of the park here and winning it back. Nicely done by Mududza. Hassan. Omar. Karim. Tarek. Omar. Nothing going for Georgia on the edge of the box then, as Zimbabwe remain responsible on the defensive end of play now into the last minutes of 90. Ben-Hura, or rather, beg your pardon, it is Nasruddin on the far side, looking for a bit of joy. The throw in, and one there to try and turn the tide here and end this match, trying to keep Zimbabwe pinned back here by COMOROS. Now, they'll get numbers into the box for Zamir's throw in. Keep a thought about coming, had to change his mind midway there. All hands on deck defensively here for Zimbabwe. Can COMOROS give us a bit of drama and deny us a first win over the tournament? All been draws so far. Karim. Zimbabwe now struggling to put a foot on the ball here. Nicely done by outside and finding the option out wide on the far side. Good work defending out on that left back position from the Zimbabweans. Now with a chance to push upfield here. And they are careless with the ball here and will be pinned back once again. Karim. Hilau. Well read. Good work in the defense here for the Zimbabweans. Just about 2 minutes remaining on the clock now. Time quickly running out here for COMOROS to make something happen. Can Zimbabwe hit on the counter attack here and put this game to bed? Nicely done in holding it up here. And a chance for Zimbabwe to get it over that halfway line in a hurry to try and get it in behind that defense. COMOROS winning it back quickly and trying to drive forward as quickly as they can, then through Omar. Georgia. Last minute of the 4 added on to the match. a win that has been a long time coming for the Zimbabweans. Looks to just about be assured here. 2-1 loss to Senegal, 2-0 loss to Namibia, 2-2 draw to Malawi, 0-0 draw to Mozambique, 2-2 against Lesotho. As Mapua will come on here for Benhura. Then another 0-0 score against the Zambians in the semi-final in 2019. Have to go back to the COMOROS back in 2019 for the last win for the Zambians in regulation time. There you have it. Oh, Zimbabwe is back and back to winning ways in the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup. A game of two halves. COMOROS with the penetration, but no goals in the first half. Zimbabwe with the dominance, true dominance in the second half, including a special goal from Tapera to the business in front of a vibrant crowd very much behind them. Good return up ahead in what is a tough start to the tournament here for the Zimbabweans. Zambia lying wait next. Kenya, the invitational team, still lying wait. They've certainly done the business and impressed with that second 45 minutes. Made a bit of a statement in doing so as well. COMOROS weren't bad. They weren't bad at all. They really did compete, having come out here looking for the win themselves. They'll think back to the first half and the moments they created then and wonder what could have been. That is the Zimbabwean flag that flies high here to the end of 90 minutes at the Nelson Mandela Stadium. It's they that win the first match of the 2024 Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup, beating COMOROS with a 1-0 scoreline. Numbers telling. What a second half from Zimbabwe. Goal attempts, shots on target, they dominated. When you look at the ball possession as well, they really did dominate and made life difficult, especially